straight in the eyes and said, "I'm done pretending. I never loved you." She expected me to break, to beg, to cry. But I didn't. I just nodded and said, "Finally, honesty." And that's the moment everything changed. Looking back, I should have seen it coming. All the signs were there. I just ignored them. Because I loved her, or at least I thought I did. Maybe we were both pretending the whole time. Last Thursday, after dinner, Veronica sat me down. She had this strange energy, like she had rehearsed every word. Then she said it. "I never loved you. I married you because you were safe, stable. My parents approved. But I can't do this anymore." I expected to feel something. Anger, pain, betrayal. But honestly, I felt relief. "Finally, honesty. Thank you," I said. Her face changed instantly. Confusion, anger, then something else. Like she was disappointed I didn't react the way she wanted. "That's it? That's all you have to say?" she snapped. "What else is there?" I replied. "You just told me our entire marriage was a lie. At least now we can stop pretending." Then came the demands. She wanted the house, half of everything, alimony because she wasted her best years on me. I didn't argue. I just said we should get lawyers involved. What she didn't know was I had already accepted this reality 6 months ago. I had finally admitted the truth to myself. She didn't just feel distant. She felt contempt. Everything I did annoyed her. Everything I cared about bored her. She rolled her eyes when I spoke, forgot our anniversary twice. So I prepared. Not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. I separated my life quietly. My finances, my accounts, my responsibilities.
The business I built never added her. The rental property I inherited, still in my name. The house, bought before marriage, mine. I didn't hide anything. I just stopped pretending we were building something together. Then Monday came. She got served. Divorce papers, financial disclosures, everything laid out clearly. And suddenly, reality hit her. She called me screaming, "How could you do this? How long have you been planning this?" I stayed calm. "You told me you never loved me. I'm just agreeing with you." She tried to backtrack. "I didn't mean it like that. I was just upset." I cut her off. "You wanted honesty. This is honesty." She hung up. Then the chaos started. Her family called me heartless. She accused me of being cold, abusive, manipulative. And then, suddenly, she loved me again. Messages, apologies, old wedding photos. But I knew the truth. She wasn't sorry. She was losing control. Then came the moment that confirmed everything. She showed up with her boyfriend. 8 months. She tried to move him into my house. I looked at him and said, "Did she tell you this house isn't hers?" He didn't know. Of course he didn't. After that, things got worse. She threw a divorce party in my house while I was at work. A DJ, guests, a banner that said "Finally Free." The police shut it down. She tried to take over my business, told my employees I was unstable, tried accessing accounts she had no connection to. And then she crossed the line. She went to my rental property, told my tenants I was going to prison, and tried to collect rent as the real owner. Everything was recorded. That's when it stopped being emotional and became legal. In court, she claimed she was struggling because she had to cancel her spa membership. Then she claimed she was pregnant with a fake photo. Even the judge couldn't ignore it. When asked directly if I had manipulated her into having an affair, she had no answer. The final judgment was simple. Clean split, no alimony, 30 days to leave. Everything I built stayed mine, as it always was. Outside the courthouse, she tried one last time. "I did love you, in my own way." I looked at her and said, "Your way included lying, cheating, and trying to steal from me." Then she said something I'll never forget. "If you loved me, you would have fought for me." I paused and asked, what exactly was I supposed to fight for? She didn't have an answer, because there wasn't one.
She left. The house is quiet now, peaceful. I renovated the bedroom myself, something she never allowed. My business is growing. My rental is thriving. And for the first time in years, I'm genuinely happy. Because I finally learned something important. Sometimes, love isn't about holding on. Sometimes, it's about knowing when to stop pretending. And when you do, that's when your life truly begins. I thought it was done after the papers were served. Clean, quiet, final. I was wrong. Because for Veronica, this wasn't the end. It was the moment she realized she was losing everything she thought she was entitled to. And that's when things got crazy. It started Saturday morning. I heard a truck outside, walked to the window, and saw a U-Haul. Then I saw her, and next to her was a guy, Todd. Apparently, she'd been seeing him for 8 months. 8 months. She didn't even try to hide it. She walked up to the door like nothing was wrong and said, "Since I still live here, I'm moving him in. He's going to help with expenses." I just looked at her, calm. Then I handed her a printed email from my lawyer. "While you have temporary residence," I said, "you do not have the right to move in additional occupants." Todd stepped forward, trying to act tough. "What kind of man throws out his wife?" he asked. I looked him dead in the eyes and said, "The kind whose wife has been cheating on him for 8 months and just admitted she never loved him." Silence. Then I added one more thing. "Did she tell you the house isn't hers?" The look on his face, worth everything. Because she hadn't told him. Of course she hadn't. That's when I realized something. He wasn't special. He was just the next victim. But it didn't stop there. Not even close. A few days later, I came home from work and found a party in my backyard. Music blasting, people drinking, a DJ, and a banner that said, "Finally free." In my house. She had thrown herself a divorce party, using a credit card she thought was still connected to my account. It wasn't. I had canceled it months ago. So while she was celebrating, the payment was getting declined. I called the police. They shut it down fast. Guests left, DJ packed up, silence returned. And the party company? They went after her for the bill, over $3,000. But even that wasn't enough to stop her. She escalated. She went to my business, the one she always said would fail, and told my employees that she was the co-owner now, that I was having a breakdown. She actually went to the bank and tried to access the business account, claimed she had authority. Luckily, I had paperwork, everything documented, ownership, agreements, structure. The bank called me immediately, and just like that, her story collapsed again. But she still didn't stop. She filed a complaint claiming I was hiding assets. Her proof? Grocery receipts. She said because I buy name-brand cereal, I must be secretly wealthy. Even my lawyer laughed. In 30 years, he said, he had never seen anything like it. Meanwhile, Todd disappeared. The moment he realized there was no house, no business, no money coming his way, he left, just like that. And suddenly, Veronica was alone. No plan, no leverage, no control. But still, she acted like she was the victim.
posting online about knowing her worth, talking about rising above betrayal. The irony? Unbelievable. Because the truth was simple. She thought she was leaving a man, but she was really losing a life she didn't earn. And now, reality was catching up. Fast. And this time, there was no pretending left to hide behind.